What's up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly preparation video. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend, because after last week's shit show, I think we all needed that. Man, I don't know what to say, because I think a lot of people got trapped last week and got stopped out, because a lot of people think, last week was the bottom, including me in some way, like a temporary bottom. We're gonna have a decent bounce this week. But Jerome Powell came out and was like being very hawkish, saying, we gonna do whatever it takes to control inflation. So that's very hawkish. And then Walmart come out with bad earning. We kind of brush it off. But once Target came out with also bad earning, then that was the catalyst to sew everything off. So that's the problem. So like literally everybody got stopped out, and then the whole retail sector got messed up. Like everything, Ross store got killed. I don't remember that, but there was a bunch of them got caused into the downfall of Target and Walmart. So basically, in some way, that's saying inflation kind of take a toll of everything now, directly or indirectly. And then with the part of Target, I think there was also bad management too. They ordering stuff, they're over ordering stuff, and then the supply chain issue didn't come in, and now they have so much inventory, and then in a different season too. And then with this kind of environment, I don't think those things are gonna sell. So they're probably gonna take a lot of loss on that. So that's the reason. So a lot of so right now the people trying to price into the retail sector. So a lot of them gonna get hurt, butt hurt at this point. So anyway, that was kind of recap for last week. But let's see this week. I don't think it's going to be any better, to be honest, because I'm surprised we have Fed chair again. Powell going to be speaking on Tuesday. I'm not sure what he's going to say. At this point, we know he is hawkish. Okay, so hopefully it won't going to impact so much to the market, because we might price that in already at this point. But on Wednesday, we do have the FOMC minute here. This might be a problem, because we're going to have a look at what they was saying, because they did put in new stuff the last Fed meeting. So we'll see what happened here. So I think at this point right now, I think this might be bearish. It could be, hopefully it could be dovish, and then we might have a bounce, to be honest. But at this point right now, we have to see what's going to happen. So at this point right now, Wednesday going to be, Tuesday and Wednesday going to be determination. Everything else right here, home sale, I mean, that it's not that significant. Okay, so basically that's the economic calendar. All right, and then we have the earning calendar. I didn't expect we'd have this much. Like, there are more, but these are the things most people probably going to look at. So, but the thing is, like, a lot of them are retail. What stand out at this point right now, I believe it's going to be Costco and Nvidia. Okay, Costco is a little bit different than Walmart and Target, right? It's somewhat of wholesale, but if they come out bad, that's going to be like confirmed, like signified, like consumer is changing, the way they're spending their money. So behavior changes at this point. If Costco come out and like, yo, we have a bad earning, we're not selling stuff, and that's going to be a problem. All right, so that's, I think, going to be what that's going to be on Thursday evening. Interesting. And then we have Nvidia on Wednesday. I think this one, until we go into the chart section, I think so far right now the semiconductor has been selling off a lot, and right now based on the chart, it's actually kind of bullish. So we're going to take a look at that in the chart section, okay? So basically that's it. But most of the retail stock on here has already sold off already. So those are the catalyst from the earning calendar. And the uncertainty, I mean, the Fed we already talked about that. So at this point, the question is whether we're going to have the 0.75 or even 1% rate hike, because Jim Cramer kind of come out and like hinted that too. So I'm questioning of the next meeting, which is June 15. So, that's has to be, you have to price in something right there, all right? And then Putin, at this point, this is the question, right? The war. I don't know how long it's going to take. Is it going to be into winter? If we right now at this point, is not like the news are not hitting the stock market at this point. But if we drag this into winter, I think we're gonna have a problem because the oil and natural gas, that's when Putin gonna have the upper hand, because that, they have a lot of control. They're gonna need oil and natural gas in Europe, and Europe gonna depend on that. So I mean, until winter, we might have a problem. This is going to be a big issue, okay? And then gas and oil, I don't think we're going to go down anytime soon, to be honest, because if this war continues in the winter, gas price is going to pump up, oil and natural gas prices. So that's something to look out for. China, at this point, I'm not sure they're going to end the lockdown on June 1st or not. That's going to be a big question, all right? But at this point, I mean, we talk about all this stuff, okay? So Powell kind of think China is a problem, possible, and then supply chain issue and stuff. And then I also think if this drag out, bankruptcy issue right here might be a problem. And then inflation at this point right now, I mean, peaking or not, we don't know. But even though it's about peaking, but it's going to stay stubbornly high, it's going to be a problem, because that's going to be changing the customer habit, right? So, and that's going to cost demand destruction at this point. So that's the thing. And then we have very disposable income is all-time low since 1992, and then the consumer credit card debt right now is nearly all-time high. So at this point, we don't have much to spend. So cutting out spending and stuff going to be a problem. And the next one is blooming bankruptcy. We don't know what's going to cost. Once we going down, and then people stop spending, and then the stock market falling, that might gonna show some some possible problem, that hidden problem that we haven't seen. I think that by the end of the year. So at this point, that's something to think about also. COVID, I'm not sure what's going on here. I heard there are new cases. There are more people on the east side, well, northeast, like New York, Pennsylvania. There's more cases now of COVID. I'm not sure what's going on. And then we also have the monkeypox right now is still in development. So we'll see what's going to happen. Hopefully it won't be bad. Possible good news right now. I mean, I'm looking for catalysts that could move the stock up. At this point, I don't see any. These are the some of things to think about. But, so to just wrap this up section up is that, next week, I think what's going to cause the movement is going to be the Powell and the FOMC minute, and then the earning, the Costco and Nvidia earning. That's probably going to move the market. Okay, so let's get into the chart section. All right, so this is the SPY daily chart, as you could see, right? So Friday price action here, that's nasty, went down and then wick up, but it's still hold right here. So we did briefly went down to the bear market, but we didn't close at the new low here. So at this point right now, last Friday was like option pricing, right? That like monthly option pricing closing. So I guess they came in and then they kind of manipulate the market maker. At this point, the market is rigged, right? You know that. And what I see here is that the volume, right, it's not that significant either. Like this past week or so, like the move up, like last week, if you watch the video, I say these bounce here with like very low volume. So when it's very low volume, it doesn't stick around that long. Like I was hoping it's bounced much more than this, but I told you like this is the first stop, right? It didn't make it out, and then the downtrend line here is still. So basically, we are in this big downtrend, right? And then inside the big downtrend, we also have the within the trend line, within the trend, we have also another down channel, and we are in it. Right now, we have some support right here, right? But at this point right now, we broke this already, and if the pressure going to continue, I think we might go down to 360, all right? So where we're going to go, what's going to happen, there's a couple points, right? We could sideways, and then we go up, but right now, we don't have any catalysts, but I see more bad news coming, right? So we might go sideways, and then up until Tuesday or Wednesday, well, Monday, we might continue just to go down. We'll see what happens, but at this point right now, nothing is safe. And then look at the weekly chart, right? At this point, we only from the COVID low, 2022 COVID, 2020 COVID low. Okay, up here. This is Fibonacci retracement, right? At this point, we only at the 38%. 380, right? That's where we hit on Friday, but we didn't close it. We closed at 388. So that's the thing. So right now the pullback is still very shallow. 50% retracement right here. I think I think we're gonna hit the 50% retracement, and that would be around 350. And then we also have a dynamic support here too, like around 358, and then we also have the 100-day moving average, okay, at around 346 here. So around 350, I think that's the target downside. But I mean, at this point, I hope we're going to have some kind of like move up before we're going to reach that, because if we're going to go straight down, that's going to be painful, and which we can. The thing is, this is what I'm afraid, right? We kind of sliding into this channel 1, 2, 3, like, and then if anything, capitulation. They just like, we're gonna make a sharp breakdown and drop, and that's gonna cause a whole problem. I mean, I don't know what's gonna cause that. Maybe Powell decide to do 1% rate on June 15, possible. So at this point, it's kind of scary. I mean, people are panicking right now. I know people who got into the market during the COVID, but now a lot of the gain already gone because they're in a lot of tech stock, and tech stock correct, like, you know, 30%. No, not correct. Some of them correct, like the small cap one, they are correcting huge, like more than 50, some 70%. All right, so that's the SPY, okay, and this is the QQQ. Okay, we go directly into the weekly chart here. So for the correction right now, we based on the Fibonacci retracement from the COVID low. Right now on the QQQ, the Nasdaq basically, we did retrace 50% already. So that's why, you know, you see, like, you know, the tech stock kind of bouncing this past few weeks, especially small cap. Okay, right now the big cap is having problem right now. So as we continue this, we're gonna look into that. Okay, so right now the chart right now for the Nasdaq right now, the QQQ, we have this gap here. I believe we need to fill. This is the open gap right here. You know, we need to fill that. I think we have to do that at this point, and then we'll see where we go after that, right? Because right now, if anything, if we go down to the COVID high here, that's a long way to go. But at this point right now, we have a couple stop. I'm not sure we're going to continue going out. I think we're probably going to have some kind of bounce. Well, you know what, with the QQQ, we'll talk about that, because there's some discrepancy in these market here. I'm going to show you. All right, so this is the Dow Jones. Dow Jones actually, well, this is doing daily. It make a lower low here, like, and it's closed at new. Wow, actually it's closed. Yeah, it's actually low at new low. So it was strong last week, but now it's kind of like weaker. All right, and look at the volume, right? This pullback volume right here. This is a daily chart, right? It's not significant. So like, we're probably gonna go lower. Okay, at this point right now, and then we have this gap right here. 291 to 285. Man, I think we're probably going to hit that list to fill that, right? To fill that gap. And then we are nearly at the market 2020 COVID high right here, right? Before it goes. But the thing is, we barely hit the 38% retracement yet. So I think this has room to go down here. Okay, much more room to go down. All right, so that's the Dow Jones. I don't think a lot of people look at the Dow Jones anyway. All right, the next one here, this one is important, right? This one I think is leading indicator here, but right now it didn't make a lower low. So this is the diversion, right, that I see at this point. But one thing, the different thing is that it had reached the COVID high like last week already, a week before. So it's kind of like saying, you know, we're gonna reach there, and then now it bounced, and it's kind of stubbornly holding up at this point. So right now with the small cap, I think it might have a bounce, and then, you know, we'll see what happened here. But the small cap at this point is reacting differently. So right now at this point, small cap kind of signal for a bounce. Okay, this is the weekly chart. And at this point, right, it's at the 50% mark right now too, and then right on top of the COVID high, 50% retracement 170, right? So it reached that level already. So right now, I think all the other indexes probably gonna have to reach this low, and then they're gonna have a bounce. So that's what I'm seeing at this point with the small cap. All right. Monthly, yeah, look at that monthly chart. I should show you the other chart monthly too, but okay, whatever, no need. All right, then we have Dow Jones Transportation. It was stubbornly, it was a diversion last week, but this week, look at this big ass candle. It just dragged everything down. So basically, right now, it is confirmed that we have kind of like top out. You know, this distribution. Now we make a lower low, and now we're probably going to move down here to sooner or later we're going to move down, okay, at this point. But it's kind of like it's hold up pretty decent, but as this transportation goes, a lot of things going to go with it too. So that's something to see, okay. That's one of the leading, well, the down theory basically, right? All right, so TLT is next. TLT kind of pump up right here, but the thing is, I don't think it's yield related. I think people are scared, and people just power into the TLT right now. You know, people just that's another reason, you know, TLT could move up, right? Not because the yield is moving up at this point, okay? Because I think this might go lower. And look at this, right? Right now, where it's moving up right now, right? It went below this trend line, and now the trend line become resistant, right? And this right now, unless it break above 120, then I think this move would be significant. And then look at the volume. There is not much here to support anything, even though this make a high here, but the volume didn't say, you know, it's serious. I think it's just people just got scared and then power in TOT. That's basically what I see. Because the next one we see is Junk Bond. Junk Bond do not do the same thing. Look at Junk Bond, it still stay down here. So that's more or less the yield is going to continue to go higher. Okay, so that's what I see here, based on the Junk Bond. So there is a discrepancy between Junk Bond and the TLT, all right? Dollar, on the other hand, is pulled back a little bit, but right now, look at this, right? It's moved outside of this downtrend, this uptrend line, and then it's hold. I don't think dollar is done moving up yet. It's going to continue because with this volume and everything, it's going to go higher. I believe so, because if it did, it is go higher because it's a signal I'm waiting for. All right, look at this, right? Stair step. One is broke out. It's go parabolic. Okay, that's what I usually see it. So the same thing with the step down. Once it step down, usually 3 times, right? And then after that, it just go parabolic. And then right now, I'm hoping if it does move up to around 29, we're gonna have a significant problem, okay? Because you know that signal every time before the crash, we have this big spike in dollar. Okay, I mean I showed this. If you watched my previous video, weekly video, I showed this already. All right, next is gold. Gold is like basically at this point, it's kind of dead. But you know, it's still holding support right now, so we'll see what happens. But unless the dollar die, then gold would pull up. So at this point, I don't think gold would do anything. All right, silver, I'm not gonna talk, is dead already. All right, no comment on that. BNO, which is oil, at this point, you know, oil right now just coiling, waiting for another catalyst to move up here. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna move down at this point, not yet, unless the war ended. Then it's gonna just crash basically. But at this point right now, I don't know how long the war is. Like I said, if Putin decided to hold this war up until freaking winter, man, this shit gonna jump crazy. Okay, so we expect another move up on this thing, because look at that, right? Consolidation. Look at this, right? It hold this up channel, man, and look at the volume coming in here. It's high volume. Volume is still decent. All right. So I'm expecting it to go up. Like I say, it's move up in the channel, and then once it break it out of that channel, it go parabolic. So I'm expecting the same thing with oil. It's just we need a catalyst at this point. All right. VIX here, we discussed this a little bit. The action kind of a little bit weird, but you know, didn't move up to new high here, even when we move down. So I'm not sure what's going on, but you know, this is the support that kind of hold here. So no comment at this time with the VIX here. All right, this is the Euros. Right now it's still in a downtrend, and this is dangerous. Okay, the move right here, this consolidation is sideways consolidation. This is like an inverse cup and handle here. So you see this cup, and now it's creating a handle right now. So the longer it stay up here below this downtrend line, below the 50-day moving average and below the 20-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, once it come back down here, it's gonna break hard. All right, so look at this, right? This is a weekly. It look better, right? Inverse cup and shoulder, you know. Actually, if you look at this, right, this is a bigger cup and this is a handle, okay? But if you look at it again, they created a cup right here, and now it's not a handle, it's a smaller one. And this shit gonna move down. I believe it will move down. All right, so that's look like what it is, and look at the volume, right? The down volume here, and now with all this volume down, it's significant. Okay, so expect them to go down. I'm expected to go down. So the question is the time, when, and what's the catalyst. All right. Next is Microsoft. So right now, I see a big trend in big tech right now. Big tech is having a problem. They're not moving. They're actually very weak. Even though we have a bounce in small cap tech, all the small cap tech move right 20-30% within like a week or two. Like, but the big cap tech are like not moving, and look, it make a low here. So this kind of add pressure into the bigger index, right? The QQQ. So right now, that's the thing. The SPY and the QQQ, the big tech is actually putting pressure on them. So I think as the big tech giving up, the SPY, the QQQ, the Dow Jones, it's going to have pressure to the downside. All right. So Google here, I mean, look at it, make a lower low, close at a lower low, you know. So at this point, look at that, right? Big cup, and then long way to go down here. So it has a lot of room. That's the weekly, and this is a monthly. Look at the monthly, a lot of room to go. So at this point right now, it's waiting on the index. So, you know, first to go for the small cap. That's the thing. Okay, next one is Apple. All right, so if you watch my video on Apple, you know, there's a video I do the option to say if it moved last week, right? If it moved up to this one, I'm gonna start a short. I started the short position right there, and I say if you divide your short position, you know, up in 3 slots. This slot is first one, second one 55, third one 160. If it did move up to 160, I want to short the hell out of Apple, but it didn't. And then now it make a new low, a lower low now. Okay, so basically, and this volume, look at the volume come down here, right? It's significant in some way, and then this lower low making this volume. So at this point right now, Apple is already put on the top, right? Take a look at this. Okay, and then also the Fibonacci from the COVID low. Right now, we are only at a 38%. So just so you know, we are see right now we put on the top sideways distribution, and now we put on the top. We broke this uptrend line right here, up short-term trend line. I'm sorry for the noise. So basically, we have a decent way to go. So at this point, the next stop I think would be around 120, 116. I think we're going to go lower. We probably go down to 100 at this point. And if you watch my video, right, the option for Apple, the put option for Apple next year, let me see, let me show you. On January option, it's crazy. Look at the open interest for this shit, right? For 120, 25,000. Let's move the price here down up to like 90. Look at how much open interest to short Apple right now. It's crazy. I don't know how valid these are. Look at 50,000 open interest for 100 strike, right? Up to the put shot, up to the put. So right now, I mean, the option, I don't know. It looked like this shit gonna go down, and people are betting on it. All right, so just so you know, if you haven't watched my Apple video, I mean, it's kind of shitty, like all this video that I made anyway. People probably don't stuck long enough to see this shit that what I show. But right now, Apple, if Apple go down, the market gonna, the index is gonna go down. So at this point, it's already put at the top. It broke that you know, the uptrend line already. Why all my trend line is gone? Okay, I guess, okay, that's what happened to my trend line. All right, so that's Apple. Okay, so NVIDIA here, this is a little bit different, all right. It did not make a low on Friday, all right. It looks stronger here. If you draw down, it might, if we go above this one, and we have a catalyst, we have earning this week, right? So if the earning come out good and we have break this above, we could have a decent pull up here, and this might move the market, to be honest, because you know the semiconductor has been selling up bad. You wait until we go into the semiconductor index, okay? But right now, this sell off look consistent, right? Down here, move up and down, like it's already look like it reached the thing, and then it's already at one of the support level here. Okay, so like we have dynamic support here, and then we'll also have the downtrend support in this channel here. Okay, so I mean at this point, if you want to play it, possibly in the upside. The only question is like, will the option, if you're going to play option, will the price going to be good? That's another problem, right? Because right now the IV and the pricing is so expensive for option to play right now. So you might not could play. And then the question is, if they do well, how long, you know, it's going to stay up before going to sell off again? That's another question. So right now, I'm kind of bullish on this, to be honest with you. As I show you when we come to the semiconductor, it's the chart look nearly the same also. All right. So at this point, if we do play, I would play on the upside for this. Next, we have Tesla. Oh man, Tesla, baby. I don't know what's going on, but I think Tesla is done. They put in this this distribution part right here, and now it broke under and make a new low here. Okay, with lot decent volume, very good volume right here. Right now this is a daily chart. You won't be able to see it well, but let me pull down to the weekly chart right here. Right, see that sideways consolidation at the all-time high. Couldn't make all-time high, low, high, low, high. Now make a low, low. So we are in a downtrend now, okay? But we're very toppy, all right, at the top, right? Elon Musk got me a problem, and then we have Bitcoin crash. Bitcoin going, I think going down to 20,000 at this point, right? So this is gonna put a lot of pressure on Tesla, and then Elon Musk with all this Twitter shit and all this thing right now. They're trying to get Elon. I don't know, this Tesla gonna hold up. And then look, if you watch my my weekly video, I just show you this, right? This is monthly chart. Look at the volume here, okay? Volume, this high, look, timid volume. And when it make this high here, no volume. So this shit is about to crash, to be honest. No, if you love Tesla, I'm sorry, bro, but I'm just telling you right now, be careful. Because right now, next stop is around $500, all right? And then worst case scenario, 300, even 200. So I don't know here, man. When people get panicked, this shit gonna go out. So right now the volume doesn't support the move up. It support the downside to me. Okay, with all the catalysts too, nothing bullish right now at this point. China's closed, and then there's shortage and stuff, you know, all this shit. So be careful, be careful. All right, next one we want to have is Amazon here. Amazon, I mean, it's already moved down. I'm not gonna talk about it. It looked a little bit decent on Friday. It looked like put in a high low here. If it go above this, you could trade it to fill this this gap right here. I mean, at this point, but I don't see a catalyst for that yet at this point. The only thing right now is at the support. You know, this is weekly. It's at decent support right now. So most likely it might bounce unless Costa come out and like, yo, we do bad. This might affect Amazon. All right. Next one is Facebook. I'm gonna just skip this. Netflix, I guess I'm gonna just skip this too. But if you want to know where to buy in right now at this point, this chart is sad. But you know, I think we might go to 135 at this point. I don't know. Look at the volume, how much volume coming down here. It's probably continue going down at this point. Just so you know. All right. If there's any pressure on the general index, I think Netflix is going to continue to go down. All right, financial here. Financial, I mean, if you watch this and make a low, it's very weak. So it's signifying, like I say, this is like a silence indicator for recession, because in the rising interest rate and you're not doing well, only mean that people are pricing in a recession. All right. The healthcare sector. Okay, healthcare sector a month ago it was really strong and make a new high, and then now it's been pulling back here. I'm not sure if it's gonna break. If it does, that's gonna be dangerous. I don't expect it to break, but sooner or later, I think it will. It's kind of top out at this point. You know, the trend is already broken. It needs to confirm the lower low here. When it does that and broke this uptrend line, I think the healthcare sector might go. I don't know what the catalyst will be at this point, but right now it's very toppy. All right, just so you know. And next we have here is utility. Utility at this point, this is my opinion. Okay, nothing I say is a financial advice. Okay, I believe this is the next sector to go. The retail sector just got murdered, right? This one will be, because the thing is, right now we have interest rate going up. We have competition. Bank could offer, you know, safer interest rate without you buying the stuff. And right now, the new high, right? It come up, put sideways consolidation, move up, you know, like measure move. Okay, the move right here and move right here is kind of like even, right? So it move back down. Look at the move down here though. What do you see here? The move down right here. Look at the volume. If you move down and it continue to go up, it don't just move down with huge volume like that. Okay, so that's the thing right here. I see it bad. It's bad. Okay, because and then now it goes sideways. It's kind of making a bear flag at this point. All right, and then the pullback. It should not move back below this. Okay, it should have hold the support right here. If it continue to go up, and let's hold the support. But it didn't. It went below that also. So right now, to me, I think I'm not sure what the catalyst is gonna be, but utility I believe is to be next. Look at this weekly chart, right? And then this up channel right here. So most likely it's gonna move to the lower channel, and then the volume right now, the selling volume is elevating. Look at the selling volume all elevated, right? So right now I believe it's a bear flag. So right now, if you want a short play, I believe utility is a short play. I just so you know, just to be here, I already started a couple. I showed a couple of utility play already this week. Okay, and you know, just my prediction. Okay, so not a financial advice. Okay. Next one is energy right here. Energy, I mean, is continue to move up. I don't think it's gonna break here, but like I say, it broke this uptrend line and I don't like it. Now we have it's in another channel right now. So but the thing is, we'll see. But this put pressure though on the uptrend of the energy sector. Okay, just so you know. But we're gonna, I think we're gonna continue to move up. All right. All right, this is the semiconductor index here. Look at the semiconductor index, right? Like if you look at the NVIDIA, this did not put a lower low here, and then it's already broke above this kind of like, you know, tested already above this downtrend line here, and it's broke out. Now it broke above this. I think the semiconductor might have a move here, a bullish move. There is always a bull market somewhere, right? Based on Jim Cramer. So I think semiconductor might be a move here, possible. Okay, even though it's still very elevated on the upside. Okay, so right now we will see. This is buying. The buying is actually pretty decent here for the weekly. All right, but we'll see. But that's what I see. All right, so let's get to the earning here. Some of the earning. Zoom. At this point, I don't see a play here with Zoom. It's been selling off really bad right now. And with the no play for Zoom at this point. Look like the weekly chart. I mean, it went back nearly to the IPO pricing. Right, that's crazy. Because some of this thing got sell off mad, like 80%, 60%. Okay, and this is Advanced Auto Part. Okay, it got so off because I guess the Target and the Walmart problem here. So, but I think I'm kind of bullish on this one, because I think people because the part you know, car, you need maintenance, right? And you couldn't buy new car now, you know, it's so expensive, used car expensive, you buy part to fix, right? So I mean, at this point right now, I think they should be doing okay. But right now, these move here is kind of dramatic. I don't think you could come in and play this. So wait after earning and play it, okay? And just the high, move back down. Yeah. So right now, if anything, I think they're gonna do okay. Best Buy, on the other hand, though, this is bad. Well, I mean, it's already, when you see this kind of setup, it moved like everything moved under the 20-day moving average, and then move under 50 days moving average and below the 200-day moving average, and it moves sideways in the consolidation like this. With the downtrend line, most likely it's going to break down at the bottom, and it already did, because I guess the Walmart and the Target destroy it. So at this point, I don't see you could play it, because option probably too expensive. And I mean, it might could go lower, but at this point right now, just wait after earning. But I just want to show you this chart so you could see it. When you see this kind of setup like that, and then you don't. I should have played this. I played Macy, okay. But anyway, okay. So Abercrombie. I mean, like I say, right? Like if you see this, right? Every time you see this channel, they went up step like this. And then the volume, when you make high here, very low volume, high here with not that much volume, just similar to Tesla, right? So this one is like similar to Tesla. Like let's say, like sooner or later it's gonna come down, and it's gonna come down hard. Okay, so because there's no buying, no more buying pressure. All right, people will stop buying it, and then now to the downside, when it breaks, people gonna just sell and take profit. All right, so that's basically right now. I don't think you could play this at all. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I show you this right now. I think this has room to go down more if you want to play this, because look at where is it at, right? Make it's recently, I don't know, make it all them high yet, but it has room. This has meat on the bone for you to play to the downside if you want to play to the downside. But at this point, just wait after earning at this point, because right now, I mean, depend on what you're gonna buy, but option is probably too expensive downside at this point. Petco, okay, Petco, same thing. Look, all the setup right now, high, no volume, high, no volume, like very low volume. When it crash, that's it, it's done. Yeah, no play for this. Who's texting? Yo, come on. All right, next one we have is Ralph Lauren's here. Ralph Lauren is already put in the top here. Sideways consolidation. Distribution basically move up. Expansion, and then now distribution. Now it's coming down. At this point, it's already because of the Target and Walmart. It already came down to the support, but I think it has room to go down more here. So at this point right now, this also have meat to the downside. Hopefully, if they do well, they could pull up here and then you could short it. That's what I'm hoping for. At this point right now, I couldn't play to the downside because the premium and all that stuff. But it did move back up. See that? It moved back up. It got shorted down again. So basically, just so you know, man, like these kind of stuff, very obvious. The more you look at it, it's very simple. You could see it, and that's how people play it. All right, so that's Ralph Lauren. I think there's more downside to go for Ralph Lauren. Veru, I mean, it's been going up. I make some money on the move up here, and then I lost some money again. At this point right now, I don't know. It's an earning, right? There's a gap for it to fill right here. Possible it could move down or could move up. So undetermined. Just play after earning, all right? Next one we have Nordstrom. Nordstrom doesn't look good. I mean, they did decent on the earning here and have this gap, but they already filled this gap already. So gap has already filled. We will see how the earning doing, but I don't expect Nordstrom to do well. And this is a weekly chart, so more downside to go if you want, possibly, because Nordstrom is more like middle class, and things fairly expensive in there. I don't think people have some money to spend, especially middle class, lower middle class too. Into it, I don't know what the hell happened to shit. I just saw this and like, what the hell, dude? $700 down to 3 something right now, and this is not a tech. This is somewhat application. Like, what happened? People have to file for Texas, right? So I'm not sure what's going on. At this point, no play for this. I don't see a play. I mean, there's downside, but too dangerous for that. Okay, Toll right here. Toll, You saw a couple of chart earlier, right? Like I showed you Best Buy, move sideways below all the moving averages and sideways, and then boom, it's crashed down. This looked like that, all right? Below 50-day moving average, 20-day moving average is just staying there. And right now under this support, under this resistance, and then below 200-day moving average and just moving sideways here. We don't have good catalyst for Toll Brother, right? So right now it looked kind of confusing, with the daily chart. When you pull up to the weekly chart here, it has room to go downside, all right? It has room to go down. So at this point right now, if you want to play to the downside, you can. Not a financial advice, all right? So just so you know, whatever I say, not a financial advice. But that's what I see here. Possibly when it breaks, it's going to break down, all right? Because it's going sideways here. I don't think upside you could play, but not. I mean, they might could do well this quarter, but they probably won't get rewarded with this kind of market anyway. So, if I stop this, I'll stop it to the downside. All right. Dick's Sporting Good. I was trying to short this and I couldn't get it filled. Now it's went all the way down to this channel right here. I thought, to be honest, with the retail stuff, I thought won't have a problem until next quarter. Like I say earlier in the video, but with Sporting Good, I think people go out and they're gonna buy Sporting Good stuff, right? At least at this time for the summer. So I think they might do decent. So that's why when I try to short this, that was my problem too. Was like, they might do okay, but the technical and the stuff, and then the longer term, I wasn't thinking longer term one. But at this point, too late for me. It's moved down to this channel. I mean, most likely it might bounce up here if they do well on the report, but it does has a lot of room to the downside, just so you know. So at this point, this is something to short, okay? And if it does move up to here, I will short the shit out of this thing too, okay? Because right here, the resistance level, middle of the down channel, okay? And then also this, you see, very similar to the Best Buy chart, right? They put in the symmetrical triangle, and then now it break down, right? So like I said, the toe thing too is very similar, right? So just so you know. Right now, you don't play it unless it move all the way up here, then short it. That's what my play, if I would do that. Snowflake, I mean, at this point, Snowflake, I'm not sure here. It's pulled down to all-time low at this point. I don't know what it does. I don't really care. Competition is Palantir. Palantir didn't do well, but Snowflake, I think, is better. But at this point, I don't know. But it's too much to downside already. I wouldn't set up. Just day trade that shit. All right. Okay. Splunk. Okay. Problem here at this point, I think, is kind of its reaction right here on this last week is actually really good, right? It didn't make new low here, but the thing is, right, if you do this and this, it's kind of like already hit the target to the downside. It might do well. And if anything, possible play if you want to play this, okay, because it actually pulled down pretty much decent. So this one technically, I think for the long, if we go above this 105 here, 105.54 level, all right, because you do have the stop loss is right here or right here, depend how your risk assessment is, okay? So stop loss here if you want to get in right this point, depend, all right? So just so you know. Williams-Sonoma, expensive furniture, to be honest. If Toll going out bad and then with retail already doing bad, I don't think this is like somewhat high-end retail, right? It did pull back down already, with the stuff. So I mean, at this point right now, I think it still has room to go, because if all the indexes are moving down to the COVID high, right, this thing still has room to go here from 108. We could see it at $80. So just so you know, so there's room for this stock to short. So just so you know, all right. Ooh. So many earning, man. I didn't expect this. Box, you know what? This one is a little bit weird compared to other stock here. I don't really know much. Application software stock right now is in this channel, but it's not a low, right? It actually make a new high recently. So at this point, I mean, unless it's gonna break down this channel, volume right here is not good. The volume did not signify anything here. So I mean, at this point, if you want to play to the downside, you can, to be honest. Yeah, so at this point, look at all this high, no volume to support them. So buyer is not there to support at the highest high, and then now it's moved down to this lower channel right now. If the earnings is bad, I think it's gonna flush down. All right, so just so you know, or if the earnings come out good, or it's moved this up here somewhere, you could short it. All right, just so you know. Yes, man, guess I think, you know, Guess store is like dead most of the time. I don't see anything. I mean, I'm not sure if the trend for like vintage shit coming back or not, but I don't think they're gonna do well. Now, if they do well this quarter, next quarter they will not do well. Okay, so at this point right now, I see to the short side. If I play this, there's a lot of room for this to go downside here. All right, so at this point, it did make a low pullback. So right now it does have a catalyst. You know, it's down to $15. We could see possibly. And this retail stock right now, when they're punished bad. All right, next one we have is Baba. Baba right now is in the sideways consolidation to the low here. I mean, it's undetermined at this point. I would just wait, because the thing is, I thought JD was going to do bad because of all this COVID lockdown, but they did well, and my short kind of got messed up. So at this point right now, I don't know what to say about Baba. All right, so the trend is still on the downside here. I mean, it could come out bad earning and it could flush, and then, you know, this is all-time low. It's $57. We will see where it goes, but at this point, just hold up on that shit. Macy, same setup, right? Same setup here. Look, Macy, same setup. Sideways. This one sideways in the sideways consolidation, and then finally broke under here. I did it around here. I didn't have enough time, so, you know, I didn't come back to this, but, you know, I know it's going to break under. It's just the time frame wise. So right now it's already broke under. There's room for it to continue to go down. So at this point right now, if anything, I'll wait after earning. If they do come out good earning and move back to right up here, I will short it up here. All right, up here somewhere, up here, then I'll short it, because in the long term right now, toward the end of the year, retail, especially, just ain't gonna do well. All right, next one we have is Medtronic. All right, Medtronic right now, the setup look like it's put in like a bull flag here. You know, if you see my shit, like, you understand what I'm talking about. Move down, move up right here, right? Make a high, low volume at a high. Okay, high again without volume. So basically, it put up a rising channel, right? And now the rising channel fell. And if the earnings come out bad, this shit gonna flush. And then look at the weekly chart right here. See, up this much, up, long way down to go here. And this one is surgery. They have like stuff. I mean, I'm not sure, man. People are gonna need this shit, but I'm not. I don't know. But right now, this looked very bearish to me. All right. So downside, or maybe I'll set it up. I'll have to look into this a little bit more. But to me, right now, that's to the downside. All right, Dollar General here. Dollar General, man, look at that, huh? Look at that. Look like high volume, no volume, a new high, volume, no new high, boom, 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 boom. See, when you make new high with no volume, that's dangerous. All right. So at this point right now, I mean, the sold off is right there. I don't expect it to do bad, to be honest. At this point, anything, if right now what would bad is that wages inflation. Okay, but people are going to this place, but they cast on track. You know, they don't have money to go to a dollar store, and dollar stores sell a lot of shit. All right, and look at this, right? This trend really well. Go out to the monthly chart. Since COVID, no, since 2008, right here, it's been on the upside. It hasn't broken yet, but I think eventually it possibly can. If this inflation should continue to go, they cannot pass through. They already increased it from $1 to $1.25. I don't think they could pass this shit to the customer if inflation stays stubbornly high. And this has a lot of meat on the bone. So at this point, don't play it. We'll see how the earning is, but if it does move up to this level, I will short it. So at this point right now, I don't think it has room to go any more up, you know, and especially when you see up without any significant volume to support it, it's a problem. All right. Dollar General, oh no, Dollar Tree, same thing here, very similar stuff. Look, a new high, no volume to support it. Same situation, same situation. All right, but this chart is a little bit different. So right now, I'll just wait because the selling has been like, you know, vicious, basically. So just wait after earning and then see where it go and then, you know, continue. It still has room to go lower, to be honest, at this point on these one. But I would wait. I would wait after earning. All right. Next one is Baidu here. Baidu. It set up a sideways consolidation and it broke and it moved down right now. I mean, it's very undetermined. I mean, it could continue to go down. Look, down, sideways, bear flag, right, and then now moving down. It could move down all the way down here. So I don't know how China is, you know, but $80 could possibly be the target if it do bad. Okay, I mean, first you gotta go down to this level first, but at this point, I mean, long term wise, if China got into problem, this has room to go down. I'm talking about toward the year end. All right, next one is Burlington. I mean, Burlington saw off like 14% here on Friday, okay, due to Ross Store. So I mean, at this point, the saw-off has already been vicious, and I don't think it has much more. I mean, it has room to go here, but it's somewhat extended to the downside already. So no play for this for earning. We'll see what happens. But if it does move back up to 171 here, that's somewhere for you to short. If it does come out good earning, okay? Just so you know. So those are some of the plays. And the next one, Costco, we have. Man, Costco. I mean, it's so off really badly since last week. Oh man, who texting me and all that stuff? All right, so at this point right now, Costco is very up high too. So I mean, there is a lot of room to short. I mean, the uptrend line is still intact, definitely for Costco, but right now, I mean, you couldn't really play it, and then it's already put at the top. At this point, that is top right now, like it's set up the top already, okay, with significant selling down right now. Okay, so if they do well to come back to this like 500, like 469, I would short that stock. Okay, but right now to the downside, I would be cautious because it is somewhat extended to the downside at this point. Whew, so many stock, dude. So many earning. Okay, Marvel Technology here. This is a 5G play, but I'm not sure what the COVID and all that shit. Everything has been on hell, but right now the setup is kind of bullish, right? No low. Sets up possibly to a high. If you go up here, catalyst wide, if you day trade this, if it break above at this level 59 though, that's where you pile money in. A lot of people gonna jump into that. People probably watch that shit. So right now, to me, this one is semiconductor, right? So I am kind of bullish on this one. And the room right here, target is first target is right here, 63, and then the next target, if the whole general market move with it, maybe $68. So just so you know, there's room for this to go, and then, you know, this is the channel, right? Ulta, man, I want to short Ulta like a couple months ago, last month or a couple months ago, whatever, but like the premium was too high, so I couldn't. At this point, I don't think Ulta gonna go at this point, not yet. Maybe midsummer, next quarter, or the following quarter, because people has to go out, you know, women has to wear makeup at this point. They're gonna spend their credit card money to buy this because for the summer, you know, people wanna go out and enjoy themselves at this point. But this selling right now, it's just due to Target and Walmart. I think we might have a bounce up, and if we do have a bounce up, that's where I will short this, all right, because this has a lot of room to go down. Okay, a lot of meat. So at this point right now, no play to the upside. We'll see what happens, and then we'll play it, all right? Afterward, you know, after earning, we'll see where it goes. But right now, the top, I believe that's already put in right now, okay? I think we're gonna have a bounce, and that's where you're gonna short it, all right? So that's with Ulta. Oh, we have maybe 5-6 more left. Workday here, I'm not sure what's going on, but it's kind of like extended to the downside already. At this point, this is like the COVID high, and this is moving down. So at this point right now, I will not play this at all. Okay, I'll just wait. I don't know much about this company. I mean, so I couldn't say on behalf of anything. All right, but no play. Okay, Zscaler, it's very similar. This one, the setup not as bullish, to be honest. I would just wait on this one, and this still has a lot of meat on the bone here. So if it move up to this level, maybe I'll short it. We'll see how the earning gonna be. But right now, downside is somewhat extended. So just wait after earning. Alright, so Autodesk, this is like Adobe for like manufacturers and shit. They have this application thing, and it's soft, kind of heavy too already. So at this point, I mean, not a lot of people play this stock anyway. Possible upside on the earning. Well, the way it's set up right now, I put in might be a inverted head and shoulder here, you know. So possibly upside. Next one we have Dell. Dell, I mean, at this point, Dell has already been selling off. I'm not sure this one is the computer part or the different segment of clouding or whatever. But at this point, I think it's extended to the downside already. No play at this point, unless it bounce up and then you could short it. Possible. All right. VMware. This is like 5G play too, right? So, but the thing is, they're not doing very well. The setup right now, it looks like it still has room to the downside here, but it's so wow, it's so off. It's like, ooh, bad. Yeah, so at this point, no play to the downside. If anything to the upside, you know. But if right here, if anything move up here, possible short. It's in this channel down here, right? You see the channel. All right. So hopefully, what you got out of me is that channel trend line. You could chart trend line this business. You could make money, all right. PDD, this is another China stock like JD, but the low end, they sell like lower end stuff. Undetermined at this point. I thought, like I said, I think this might be, they might do bad here. Okay, so this one, if I play, if I can take a stab at it, I'll take a stab to the lower side, but not a financial service. And this one, I mean, it's very undetermined. Play after earning, all right. HIP is this one is a special retailer, footwear and all that stuff, service. I don't know. Yeah. So weird thing is that because this one, not a lot of people are trading them, so it hasn't moved yet. So it has been moving sideways here. There is a play for this. Look, you see the setup? Move down, sideways. This is a big bear trap for here. And this is a weekly channel, and this is the COVID high. I mean, this possibly could be the downside play here. I mean, since I'm not sure how priced in the option is for this, or how expensive it is. I mean, this somewhat. I mean, there is a short play possible here, you know, with the stuff. So, not a financial advice. You could see it, right? This could be a cup, the handle here, right? So do whatever with that information you like. And then I think last but not least, big. This is like a Walmart, ghetto one, I guess, ghetto Walmart. It's somewhat extended to the downside at this point. I mean, the upside, no play at this point. No downside, no play. But if it move back up, I mean, might be something to short here. But at this point, I guess that's it, guys. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. If you watch all the way up to here, you're a trooper. Thank you very much. But I doubted anyone of you watch my video anyway. But thank you very much. And good luck trading next week, okay? All right. Bye. Thank you.